Hey, what's up, everybody? Horace here, 40 Plus Finance. It is Monday, November the 3rd, 2025, and I'm looking at writing some covered calls on my position. So I'm going to take you inside of my brokerage account right now. And as you can see, we're in my Fidelity account. We're looking at my current positions. The total account value is a little over 13,000. It's not a lot of money, guys. But I want to share this with you. You got to remember, okay, I am not a financial planner. I am the furthest thing from that. I don't know shit from Shinona. but I still want to share my journey. What I am is an old fool who at the age of 56 is trying to figure out how to make some income, how to generate some income with a little bit of money that I have in the stock market. I do it through the options market, specifically covered calls. So just watch this idiot. And, you can learn from mistakes, but they don't have to be your mistakes, right? You can watch a fool like me and you can learn what not to do. And if you're lucky, you might even learn what to do by watching me, but I'm not giving advice. I'm just sharing my journey, being transparent, and maybe it'll help. So let's get into it. Back to my account. And what you'll see is we're going to look at the quantity that shows the number of shares. I got 200 shares of SoundHound. I got 100 shares of SoFi, and I've got 500 shares of Enovix. You can leave your comments about what you think of those stocks. You're probably going to rip me. I'm okay with that. Rip away. But that means I can sell 8 contracts because you need 100 shares per contract. Just a little bit of history. You might be wondering, so if you look at Enovix, right, we open that up and you can see I bought 300 shares back just last week, October the 27th. I went and bought another 200 shares today. And you can see the cost basis. This is how Fidelity will break it down, because I bought these in batches. So they're going to have different cost bases, right? I think Fidelity uses a first in, first out, but when you go to sell, they may allow you to pick out of which batch you want to sell. But we'll see, because I've never done this. But why did I go and buy when I bought the first batch of 300, I paid $12.45 a share. Why would I buy another 200 when they went down to $11.90? Well, I don't think I mind holding these shares. Now we're going to go over to Yahoo Finance, and if I use their analysis with AI, and let's see, so they got some challenges. Challenges persist as they anticipate a 14 to 18 cent per share loss. But look at revenue growth. Enovix is forecasted to achieve 42.4% annual revenue growth, driven by demand for its lithium ion batteries. Guys, we are a society that uses batteries. So I like what the business is in. They're due to release their third quarter financials. A lot of people will say, don't trade around them times. I don't care. I'll trade. Let's look at this. Anticipated revenue range of 7.5 million to 8.5 million reflects strong demand. Let's see. Analysts suggest Enovix may be undervalued, with a fair value estimated at $28.80. Now, they could be wrong, but what do I know? Listen, guys, like I said, I'm just an idiot. I'm going to go by what I can find out here. I'm not the biggest cheerleader for artificial intelligence, but if there's any reason for me to use it, this would be the reason. So now let's look at what we could do if I want to sell covered calls on Enovix. And it looks like it just went down a penny. Let's see. We're going to come to the options chain. I'm going to refresh that because instead of 1191, now it's 1190. I don't care about puts, so I'm going to highlight calls. And yeah, so here's where things get kind of crazy. Remember where we got a cost basis, like how much did we pay per share? On 300 shares, so on 3 contracts, we paid $12.45. Remember that. So at $12.45, we're probably looking for a strike price of about $12.50. That would give us 89 cents a share. And this is a 4-day contract. Those are the type of contracts I sell. I don't like keeping my money tied up for too long because a lot could happen. You know what I mean? But remember, and again, guys, leave comments. If I'm screwing this all up, rip me. All right. I'm here for that. I paid $12.45 a share. So I'm going to sell a $12.50 strike price. And I can sell 3 contracts, right? And that order would pay me $267. I don't know where they're getting that. Let's see. So I got to make sure. Yeah. Strike price of $12.50. And this may change till we go to actually click to buy. But 89. All right, that's where they're getting it. So that would give me $267 right there. Let's preview the order. All right. Sell to open, quantity 3. I want to make sure I got that strike price right. I don't want to screw that up. Yep, right here, $12.50. Double check, guys. 300 shares, we paid $12.45. We're only going for a 5-cent strike price. We'll place the order. All right. Now let's go back because we got 200 shares. So that's another 2 contracts. And the cost basis is $11.90. So at $11.90, we're going to go $12. We can go a quantity of 2. Okay. And that's going to give us another $222. Okay. Let's preview the order. Preview the order. All right. Remember, this is a $12 call. Remember, we paid $11.90 per share. So we're going to 10 cents or so. And sell to open. Another $220. We placed the order. Now, let's move on. I'm glad you guys are hanging with me. If you like what you're seeing, guys, I need help. This is a brand new channel. If you could give me a like, if you could subscribe, if you could share, and if you could stick around, we're going to add up how much money I made. Remember, I made this money. Your premiums, you make. So let's close this out. Now let's look at SoFi. And remember, our cost basis. We bought these on the 27th of October. We're in SoFi, right? And we bought these at $29.97. So we can go options chain. That's going to open up and get us right there. We don't deal with puts. All I want to look at is calls. Right now, the stock is selling at 30.24. I bought, let me see. I bought at $29.77. Now, what I could do, if I wanted to, I could actually go ahead and sell, make that money, and then turn around, buy them again. I could do that, but I ain't gonna make that much. You figure 30 cents a share, about times $100, $3. I'm not worried about that. But I screwed myself once where the shares went up like $2. I'm still selling covered calls. When I could have sold out, I would have made more money. I screwed myself out of like $50 that time. So you don't forget, those are your best lessons. But we only got 100 shares, so we can only sell one contract. Our cost basis is $29.77. That's what we paid for. Okay, $29.77. So we're gonna sell at about 30. That would be the next, because we don't want to go lower. We don't want them to get called away at a loss if we can help it, right? All right. So now we're going with a limit. You could actually go with a market and you might actually get a little bit more. Sell to open, quantity 1. They're saying 106. Now look at, this is what you actually get because they're going to take their fee, right? We're going to preview the order and look at, I think it went up a little bit. Okay. Just make sure. Let's preview the order. And I'm always looking to make sure that strike price is right. So 30. Okay. Place the order. That's another $104 we made, right? Let's get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. Now let's go back. Now we got we did, let's see. Tell you what, let me refresh this. I want to look at our positions and just see how this updates, okay? Because now we got a lot going on here. Okay. So we sold 2 covered calls on Enovix, right? Because we had 2 different stock bases, cost bases. All right. And I might have screwed this up because I don't know which one they did. Because I had 2 batches. Maybe you could say, hey, I'm selling calls on these and not these. So I might have screwed that up. But we sold 2 covered calls on Enovix. We sold a covered call on SoFi. Now we got to look at SoundHound. Now with SoundHound, we can sell 2 contracts because we got 200 shares. Our cost basis was $18.90. Let's look at their options chain. Let's look at the calls. And once again, guys, $18.90 is what we paid. So we want to scroll up to 18 to 19. That would be the next step up, right? We don't want to sell at a loss. If we paid $18.91, why would we go 18.50. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose per share, even though we would get a bigger premium. So we can sell 2 contracts. We can sell, what is this? Two. And like I said, they're saying 72 cents. We can go market, see what happens. I usually do better when it goes market. So 72, sell to open. Let's see what happens. See, it went up 7 to 73, right? Bid ask. And you got to remember, the underlying is at $16.99. But what I'm worried about what we paid. What did I pay per? Okay. And what am I getting? I got a strike price of 19. Even though the stock is trading at $16.99, I put a stock price. If they get called away at 19 and I paid $18.90, I'm not losing money. I wouldn't want to set a strike price around the current value because I'm going to lose money, right? And we got 2 contracts. Let's do it. Place the order. And we filled it at 71. All right. So let's count up how much money we made in just this video, right? Just let me see how long we've been on. We've been on for 17 minutes. So in 17 minutes, let's look at our activity. Okay. So let's get out our calculator. Now we bought these 200 shares of Enovix today, remember? And this is all the money we made. We just made in premium. $270.99 plus $226.66 plus $106.33 plus $140.66. Guys, we just made $744.64. Let's count it again. 140.66. That was 2 contracts of SoundHound. That's 200 shares. Then $106.33. That's 1 contract. That's 100 shares of SoFi. All right. Then $226.66. That's 2 contracts of Enovix, right? That's 200 shares. And then $270.99. That's 3 contracts of Enovix. That gives us $744.64. And these are all 4-day contracts. So these, number one, I made this money. I already made it. No matter what happens at this point, I made that money. But then we wait till Friday. Today is Monday. We wait till Friday to see what's going to happen. Now, I'll give you an example. Then I'll let you go. Last week, Let's see. Look at. So last week we had Sophie, Sound, and Enovix, and they all expired out of the money, right? They didn't get called away. If they would have, you would see you sold assigned calls. I've had SoundHound assigned before. Okay. So that's it, guys. I tell you what. How about we meet again on Friday and let's see what happens. Guys, I got a regular job. Like I said, I'm very transparent. So as you get to know me, you're going to know a lot about me because I'm just an open book. It's just always the way I've been. I don't keep a lot of stuff close to the vest. I don't gatekeep. I don't claim to know everything. I have nothing to sell you. So I just want to build a community of people of like minds. If you're an older person like me, middle-aged, let me know in the comments, especially if you've done a lot of things wrong like me. I don't hide from that. I'm going to talk more about that. I'm on a mission, a journey to fix that, to be in a position where I can have money. But all the advice about, set it and forget it, keep investing, put a certain amount in, and then in 30 years, I don't have that kind of time. Okay. I don't have time to do cost average and just keep putting money in. And then in 30 years, when I'm 86, nope, that's not going to work. I got to get some money now. Follow me, see what you can learn. Let's learn together. And I'll see you guys in the next video.